Leeds versus Arsenal. Here we go again, back in the Premier League, and we have got to get a win. Seriously, this is a game we cannot even get a draw in. Any points that we drop, we give an opportunity to the likes of Man City and Aston Villa, and that is something we cannot do. Fortunately, we do play before they do, and that will hopefully ease a little bit of pressure off of us. Um, and hopefully by the end of today, we'll be putting the pressure on the likes of Man United and Man City and Liverpool. Sorry. Um, and look, Leeds is not going to be an easy place to go to. We did beat them 5-0 when they came over to us. But they seem like a different team since we last played them. They won't be easy. They're not going to roll over for us. And I'm curious to see how they actually decide to play against us, because a lot of teams has a tendency to play a low block against us. But Leeds, on the other hand, they've been quite aggressive in recent days. But as things stand, Leeds, they do sit 16th. They'll want to get a win to avoid getting caught in a relegation battle, especially in the event that Nottingham Forest and West Ham pick up points. I don't even know who Nottingham Forest and West Ham are playing, but still. In the event that happens, and Leeds don't get any points against us, they're in trouble. So, Leeds are going to put their all into this to get something out of us. And we've now got to get everything out of Leeds. We have to get the 3 points. We have to put the pressure on Man City and Aston Villa. And we're going to need to keep doing this, like, for the rest of the season. Now, we was promised by Mikel Arteta, he did say that he wanted us to play a much more exciting attacking football. And I said it at the time, and I'm still going to say it now. I'll believe it when I see it. But this is a good opportunity for us to actually see it. And so all eyes are on the team now. All eyes are on Arteta. All eyes are on what we can do today. And even if today isn't going to win us the league, at least make this a starting point where we can play some good attacking football, where we can get out of this kind of zone of only winning games 1-0, which is always putting pressure on us. And if we can do that, if we can start thrashing teams, if we can start putting 3 or 4 past them without conceding, then maybe, just maybe, we can have a sliver of hope. And I know from previous comments, a lot of people have said that I've been negative, and look, I'll say this now, I'm not saying negative things, I'm not being so critical with them out of any form of malice. I'm saying what I'm saying because I've seen this too many times. The past 3 seasons, we finished second and second and second. And I don't want to finish second. I want us to get over the line. And it's frustrating because we're not, and it feels like we're not learning our lessons. It feels like we have the capacity, and this team does have the capacity to get over the line, to get the job done, to win the Premier League, to win the Champions League even. But it feels like we're making the same mistakes over and over again. And I think when it came down to that Man United game specifically, that's kind of just a tilting point for me. It just felt like that result was almost inevitable. And that's not the position we should be in. We should be, as fans, we should be in this position where we're looking at absolutely everyone and thinking we can beat you. We should be looking at the bottom half of the table saying we're going to beat you. We should be looking at the top half of the table saying, okay, it'll be a bit more difficult, but we still should be able to get something. But sometimes it feels like we're not doing that. It feels like if you take the Liverpool game, for example, in that Liverpool game, it felt like both teams agreed to play out a draw. There's just no passion in that. There was no desire to go forward to get the 3 points. And I saw a very similar thing against Man United for the vast majority of the game. And this is something that we've just got to get out of us now. And as much as I want to say that hopefully we've gotten that fuck up out of us now, it's out of our system, we're going to go out now, we're going to win games 3-4-0, we're going to get comfortable under the pressure. I don't know. I'm not confident in this right now. And this is a good opportunity for Arsenal to prove me wrong. And I want to be proven wrong. I want to be here, come the end of the season, putting my hands up saying, all right, you've proven me wrong. Congratulations. And I'm just worried that they're not going to. But regardless, whatever the case, I will absolutely back the team. Through thick and thin, I've always been an Arsenal fan, and I'm always going to be an Arsenal fan. I just really, really want this team to succeed. And it just hurts that I'm not so sure they will. But it all kind of stems from this tactic of backwards, sideways football, of too much possession, not enough attack. And we need to sort this. We need to sort this out. We need to play some actual fast football. We need to catch teams on a break. We need to play a bit more counter-attack football. We need to go through teams before they've had a chance to get back to their own penalty box. And we are, and I hate to say it, we are not that team right now. And if we can start playing like that, then sky's the limit for us. And I have to admit, going to a place like Leeds does make me nervous. Those crowds, they're going to back the team loudly. It's a horrible place to go to as an away fan. It's a horrible place to go to as an away team, but still, we've got to go there. We've got to get a job done, and we've got to prove that there is a reason that we are in the first place. But anyways, let's get into the starting lineup. And starting in goal, I'm going to say David Raya. I don't need to explain that one. Pretty straightforward. Centre-back pairing, I'm going to go with William Saliba, who apparently, according to Arteta, is okay, and Gabriel. Of course, they're the two centre-backs that are going to play every game, of course. Well, most games, should I say. On the right back, I'm going to go with Yuri and Timber. And on the left back, a lot of people are saying Calafiori, but from what I saw against Kairat, I wasn't very convinced. I think he might need a bit more time. So I'm going to play Hincapié instead. In the midfield. And in the midfield, I'm going to say Martin Zubimendi. I know what he's capable of. And I know he's been making a lot of mistakes. He's made 3 mistakes that have directly led to goals. Something like that this season. But I know what he's capable of. And when on his day, he is absolutely amazing. We just need to get that out of him more often. With him, Declan Rice, of course. I actually think Declan Rice should be the captain. I think it's time to give Declan Rice an opportunity because I don't think it's working out with Odegaard. And speaking of Odegaard, I actually think, and I feel like a lot of people are going to come at me with this, I actually think I would drop Odegaard and play Eze. I think Eze's got to get a chance now. We signed him for a reason. He's been one of the most anticipated signings that we stole from Tottenham. And it feels like we're not using him to his full potential. So I do want to see Eze start today, but look, I can understand why others might not. In the attack, I'm going to say Trossard. And I think Trossard, with this little dynamic between Trossard and Martinelli, I think both have to really contest for that position. And I do partly like that, to be honest, that they can contest. But they both, at the same time, I think need to just get that little final touch to their game. They just need to find the back of the net a little bit more often. And I'll say the same thing for all of our attackers, really. On the right wing, I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. And look, I know people have been criticising me over Bukayo Saka as well. And I'll say this, he's meant to be the star boy, and I need him to act like that. I'm not saying he's a horrible player. I'm saying that he's got to play a bit more directly now. He's got to be the Saka that we knew from a few years ago. And if he can be that Saka, then no one's stopping him. And in the striking position, I'm going to go with Victor Gyökeres. I think Victor Gyökeres, being that magnet that he is, does pull players away from our wingers. And let's be honest, our wingers are our strength. And if he can pull players away and give wingers a bit of space, I feel like we could probably get something. But anyways, that is my match preview. Let me know what you think down below. Like, share, and comment, and please do subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And I will see you for the match watch along for Leeds versus Arsenal. Goodbye for now.